Overclockers, my name's Bryony and welcome to another episode of BIOS Update, our regular tech and gaming news series. In today's episode, new software technology from AMD to help you get more FPS, drama in the game development sector, and much more. So let's get into it. Kicking things off with the gaming chapter, and the first story is all about strikes affecting the gaming industry. SAG-AFTRA, a union representing hundreds of thousands of actors and performers, called the strike after recent discussions with major video game companies broke down. The two sides have agreed on several key issues such as wages and job safety, but protections related to the use of AI technology remain a major hurdle. AI apps are a huge point of concern for visual artists, software engineers, and voice actors. They want meaningful protections that include requiring consent and fair compensation. They're worried their face, movements, and voice will be recreated by AI, their likeness essentially stolen and then used without payment or permission. There are 10 companies facing the strike, including Activision, Electronic Arts, Epic Games, Insomniac Games, Take-Two Productions, and Warner Bros. Games. You'll be relieved to hear that GTA 6 won't actually be affected by the strike. In fact, any video games that are already in production prior to August 25th, 2023 won't be affected. However, there might be a long-term impact, with the last SAG-AFTRA strike lasting nearly a year and disrupting several AAA titles. Personally, I can totally understand the strike. I don't want the hard-working, creative humans who make the games that we all love to be replaced by robots. But do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Our second gaming story is all about Twitch. The popular streaming platform is used by millions of gamers to share gameplay, create communities, socialize, and just pass the time. But somehow, this household name isn't profitable. According to a new report from the Wall Street Journal, Twitch is having financial problems because users are spending less money and new people just aren't signing up as fast as they used to be. There have been complaints about the number of ads on the platform that interrupt watch time and the content just becoming stale over time. Twitch still actually earns about $2 billion in revenue every year, but this still isn't enough to equal a profit after the service is done paying employees, streamers, and the server costs. Twitch has tried to cut costs by laying off around 500 employees, or roughly 35% of its workforce at the start of 2024. Before that, over 400 people were laid off in 2023. Employees also worry they might face another round of layoffs later this year, following an annual review. The CEO admitted that Twitch isn't profitable at this time, but it survives thanks to Amazon's support. The company has already increased the cost of Twitch subscriptions and made changes to how much of a cut streamers get given. You might think then that hosting video and just live streams in general isn't actually that profitable, but YouTube made up 10% of all advertising revenue for Google in 2023, bringing $31 billion, an increase of nearly $2 billion. Hopefully Twitch can turn things around before it's too late. Moving on to the hardware chapter, and we all know that the next generation of graphics cards are on the horizon, and it's rumoured that Nvidia will soon be making the switch to GDDR7 with the RTX 50 series generation. Micron, Samsung, and SK Hynix have already shown off early GDDR7 samples with 32 gigabits per second, 16 GB modules, the fastest and largest currently available. For comparison, the RTX 4090 uses 12 2GB GDDR6X chips running at 21 GB per second, making GDDR7 an impressive upgrade. According to SK Hynix, mass production on these memory chips will start as soon as the third quarter of 2024, which is literally right now, and earlier than previously predicted by industry experts. They expected the first GDDR7 chips would be available sometime in early 2025. That means it's possible that next-gen GPUs could hit the market even earlier than expected, maybe even before the end of the year. In other memory news, a tech site in China is reporting that the supply of Micron GDDR6X VRAM is currently in short supply. Apparently, to meet the demand for the very popular GeForce RTX 4070, Nvidia may release a variant with slower and cheaper and much more widely available GDDR6 chips. This could result in 5% less memory bandwidth, which isn't too bad if it means gamers can get RTX 4070 performance for less. Our next PC hardware story is great news for Radeon GPU owners. AMD has just announced its next iteration of AMD Fluid Motion Frames, AFMF2. They've been working hard to improve the driver-based frame generation technology with a significant amount of additional support and some brand new features. AI optimization has helped to develop an updated algorithm with improvements in overall image quality for a better gaming experience using any settings. You'll also find support for borderless full screen mode with added support for Vulkan and OpenGL powered games. The most notable change is a big improvement to latency no matter the settings mode, resolution or hardware used. This makes the experience when using AMD HyperRX with AFMF2 feel even smoother, not just look smoother. For example, AFMF2 compared with AMD Radeon anti-lag technology delivers up to 28% lower latency in Cyberpunk 2077. Search mode is the new setting that controls frame generation smoothness by improving fallback behavior, essentially disabling frame generation in high motion scenes to preserve the image quality and smoothness. The standard search mode is designed for 1080p gameplay, while the high mode is aimed at 1440p and greater. Performance mode is another new setting that helps to improve performance on lower end devices, such as AMD's integrated graphics chips. Interoperability with Radeon Chill has also been added, allowing you to set a frame rate cap with frame generation enabled. By default, Radeon Chill will apply a frame rate cap half that of your display's refresh rate, allowing frame generation to fill in the rest of the frame rate gap to get up to the maximum refresh rate, prioritizing image quality and preventing screen tearing. AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2 is available to download right now as a technical preview. The preview driver supports all of AMD's current Radeon RX 7000 and 6000 desktop GPUs, as well as many of the mobile series. Let me know in the comments if you give it a try and how you found it. Next up in the blog chapter this week is our very own launch. Overclockers UK's Personalise Your Play is back with the illuminating TechForge PC case light boxes. Designed, manufactured and assembled in-house at Overclockers UK, the TechForge light box features up to 90 DRGB LEDs, perfect for lighting up your PC components and showcasing your hardware. Each one is perfectly shaped to fit your specific PC case and is super easy to install. The ARGB connector can plug into your motherboard or fan controller and works with your existing components and RGB software for a seamless lighting effect that's easy to control. Currently, there are light boxes engineered to fit specific popular PC cases, and some light boxes will even fit more than one case, whilst others are designed for a singular series. There is the Corsair 4000D, 5000D and 7000D in both black and white variants. Phanteks Evolve, P600, G500, P400, G360A, XT-VUE, NV5 and NV7 in both black and white. Lianli O11D XL, O11D Evo XL and Lancool 216. Finally, the APNX C1, Asus ROG Strix Helios and Fractal Design Define 7. I must say, if you love the look of lighting in your PC, then they do look fantastic. And best of all, we've reviewed the pricing, so they are now available for just $59.99 each. To learn more, check out the blog post or our dedicated TechForge video. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Overclockers BIOS Update. Of course, also like the video, subscribe, and why not check out some of our other content which you'll see in the boxes below. I'll see you again in the next one.